Well, hi, I want to welcome Veronica Very, my friend. Hi, Veronica.
Hi, Lisa.
Thank you for agreeing to do a Bold Blogs interview as one of the boldest ladies I know. I
Oh
want
my
to,
gosh.
yeah, it's such a treat, always. How about if you introduce yourselves to the people who are watching?
My name is Veronica Very. I am founder and visionary of Wonder of Women International, which is a nonprofit organization that creates sacred space for Black women and girls to find their voice, stand in their truth, and celebrate their wonder by telling their story. Simultaneously, I lead a company called HV Black Art Design. HV stands for Hiawatha Veronica, and together we create and share art that promotes the promise, power, and progress of Black people.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. So, Veronica, what makes someone bold?
I think the most powerful thing that makes people bold in our life today is be willing to love and be willing to tell the truth.
Mm,
Love and truth are, I think, the most bold twins you can possess
yeah.
and
Why is that such a
represent
bold
in your
thing?
life.
Why is love so bold for you?
Well, it's love is so bold because you have to be open and transparent. You have to be genuine and real and true and bare and naked, willing to experience and embrace the ebbs and flow of what love presents when you're loving. Um, Being bold enough to love is because it's easy to love people that are lovable, but can you love those who are not? That's bold. And then
I
I
love that.
don't think it's possible to truly love if you are not willing to tell the truth. um, I believe they go together, because if you are not telling the truth, then you are not really being transparent and free and
Yeah, you're
love.
not really loving the person, right? You're loving some whatever's out there that's not true. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Exactly. An idea, a motive. Um, there's all kinds of other things that we fantasize around when we're not standing in our truth. So
Yeah,
I think they go together, to have true love, to experience real love, is to tell the truth. Yeah.
fantastic. So what makes you bold, Veronica?
And I think that telling the truth is so bold because we live in a world where essentially we're taught not to, you
Mhm.
know? We're taught not to tell the truth. We're taught to share or say things that we want other people to hear. We're taught to give the acceptable or politically correct answer. We're taught to deny our real feelings, to suppress them, to ignore them.
Mhm.
And so being bold enough to tell the truth really goes up against all of these things that we're taught that we
Yeah.
have to do to navigate society.
You know
So,
what that comes up for me on that, which is so powerful, and I think something that's, you know, from what I know of you, so true is it's not just being able to tell the truth, but it's being willing to seek the truth about yourself too.
yeah,
That's a bold step.
yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
The pursuit or to seek the truth um, is a powerful life. I just don't think there is any more powerful life than one that is in pursuit, one that genuinely is open to receive the truth.
I love that. Tell us what makes you bold.
Because I've employed that practice,
Mm,
I've employed the practice of love and truth as a discipline, and I say practice because it's just that. That's what makes my life so bold. It makes my life that bold because I've been really super intentional about doing life work that is in express and very intentional alignment with love and truth as well. Yeah, so it's a practice, it's a discipline, and it's a way of life for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
pretty
what's the
because
boldest
it,
thing? Oh, go ahead. Because why?
oh no, I was just going to say that it comes with a set of sacrifices. It means certain relationships may not work for me anymore. It means, certain professional choices that I've made in the past are not okay for me anymore. It means, I may not have, all of the things that I used to have as a result of making these choices and going in, a non-traditional path, a way of life and all of that. So it's bold because of that. Um, the entrappings of what is comfortable um, don't get to dictate or have the power to say
Mm,
that that I have the luxury of not living in love and truth.
mm.
Yeah.
Wow. I want to just stop for a second and digest how profound that is. What would you say is the boldest thing you've ever done?
Is confronting that decision.
Mm,
After my daughter passed away, July 31st in 2017, I literally, when she passed away, I was in a position that I wasn't necessarily especially happy about. I enjoyed it, but I knew it wasn't my life work, my passion work. And, I took a leave after she passed. And in, while I sat with my heart in a billion pieces, I received phone calls from the insurance company that continually asked me when I'm coming back to work, and, wanted me to prove that I wasn't well enough to come back, literally in a billion pieces. And I feel the boldest thing that I've ever done is literally took my power back and said, no more. I can't answer this question. I won't answer this question. And as a matter of fact, I will no longer live my life this way. And for the rest of my entire life, I will live my life standing in my truth and doing what I love, even if it hurts.
mm,
And yeah, even if it hurts, doing what I love, standing in my truth. And, you know, didn't know what the future was going to look like, Lisa. I didn't know. But what I knew most was that I needed to make the saying no more and
mhm.
design, find, and create my life around these principles of love and truth.
Veronica, one of the things that you did, and if you want, if this isn't something you want to share beyond, you let me know because we can edit it out. But one of the things that you did just in this concept of being bold and standing in your truth after Ashley died was this really being very public about your mourning. And I remember all your Facebook posts would say, "Good morning, MOURNING," and
Yeah,
share the way that
yeah,
you were going through your mourning. And that in itself was a really bold step because nobody wants to, traditionally, people don't want to talk about their mourning and their grief. And, having the very public willingness to share that pain, I think not only made it, took it out of the dark, but also helped other people share it in the light. So I think that was really, certainly very powerful as somebody who knows you, to go through this concept of living in your boldness.
yeah. I appreciate that. I can certainly elaborate on that a bit
Yeah,
if
go
you
ahead,
want.
please.
So, what that looked like for me was, after I made this bold decision that I would take my power back and I would design and define and live the life that I wanted to live my way. My heart was still in a billion pieces. And so, practicing that immediately meant that I made the choice to mourn out loud.
Mm,
I made the choice to not only mourn out loud, but to share publicly my most intimate, heartfelt feelings in a way that afforded people to experience and know deepest, most heartfelt feelings were
Mm,
um, in the middle of my feeling them.
mm,
Um, and I did so entitling that journey Good Morning, Mourning. And what that looked like is I made a post in the morning, every morning, to not only share my heartfelt feelings, but to document my truth, to document my love, and to document my pain, my sorrow, my brokenness, to document it. I felt it needed a place to say that that it existed. I needed to never ever, reach a point in my life where I would I felt when I look um and I describe in my good mornings what those feelings are for a year. And even now today, actually, it's been a couple of years. I do it every now and then today, but for a year straight, I just documented those feelings.
mm,
And in so doing, I've inspired so many other people to feel. I've inspired people to, explore their own feelings and to lean into them. I've helped people to understand how not only to lean into your pain, but to lean out of it and give yourself love and grace, not to grieve. And then at the same time, every good morning taught me something, about grief and about living and how very central dying is to that.
mm.
So yeah, it's pretty bold.
Really bold, really bold. So much better than how are you? I'm fine. I'm fine.
Right.
No, I am not fine. I am not fine. And I love it. I mean, I don't love
Right.
it, but I love that
Right.
you embraced it and leaned into it and shared it,
Yes.
and really spoke your
Yes.
own truth. So, what is
Mhm.
something bold that you've wanted to do but you haven't done yet?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'd like to create my own retreat center
Mm,
institute with a gallery where, we are intentional, where the space is intentionally created and designed, um, culturally responsive and beautiful and healing. And space and place where people, I want to raise money for that. I want to build and create my own retreat center institute
awesome.
with an art gallery.
I love that. I love that. So, what would your advice be for a woman who wants to be bold?
My advice would be to explore, you know, take some time to go within and, don't concern yourself with telling the truth to someone else. Don't concern yourself with loving someone else. Concern yourself with telling the truth to yourself and loving yourself first.
Mm,
Yeah, that's what I would say. I would say to, explore the opportunity to listen to your own truth and imagine what that could look like
mm,
if you lived it out.
I love that.
Yeah. I would
So,
also tell them don't be afraid to love because there's so much fear that runs the show in our lives. And we're afraid to tell the truth and we're afraid to love. So I would say don't be afraid. Don't let fear run the show. The truth will make you free.
mhm.
And love is a healer. So even when it hurts, it has the power to heal. So yeah.
So speaking of love, I noted when before I hit record, those beautiful artwork behind you, and you told me what it was, but I think it would be great for people who are wondering about that beautiful artwork for you to tell them what's behind you.
Okay, so these are two pieces from the Black Love collection, which are painted by Hiawatha D, who is my husband and the artist of these beautiful pieces. He paints, as I stated earlier, pieces that speak to our promise and progress and power as Black people and people in a society that has Black people in it, and tell stories that are inspiring and uplifting, and stories that we probably need a whole lot more of right now. So those
Hmm.
are two pieces, he and she, from the Black Love collection, painted right before we got married, before we met, actually.
Before you met. Yeah, fantastic. So I want to also give people who are watching a way to get either in touch with you or in touch with your company or in touch with the artwork, and to include some links in the notes. So how would you like people to find you and to find out about the things you're working on?
So something really exciting is there. We are currently in art exhibition at Northwest African American Museum.
Mm.
You can learn more about this exhibition at iconicblackwomen.com. iconicblackwomen.com. You can learn more about me at veronicavary.com.
Um, and with that, I am going to hit stop so we can get this wisdom out to the world.